right. In high school, they teach you about, and in college, they teach you about 19th century classics, which is very important. But they never tell you about money. They never teach you about money, about basic, simple financial literacy. And this month, April, is National Financial Literacy Month. So we have invited one of our favorites from American Eagle Credit Union to come in and talk about all the things we should be teaching our kids about financial literacy. Per Alsup joins us, Chief Marketing and Community Relations Officer for American Eagle Credit Union. Good morning, Per.
Good morning.
Good morning. So
Good morning, Kelly.
how bad is it out there in terms of not knowing simple financial things that can save us all money?
It's bad, and not just for youth and young adults. I'm actually talking about adults, individuals.
Right.
Anybody at any age, any life stage can learn from more about financial literacy, empowerment, healthy habits.
Right.
Yeah.
It's also must be a little intimidating, right? You don't want to say you don't know.
Right.
Exactly.
So you end up not asking, but then you can end up not knowing, which is worse.
You're correct.
Right.
And so being able to ask, also realizing that you're not the only one. We talk about, there's a study that was done, and 50% of American adults do not know a lot about financial literacy,
Right.
and they're struggling.
Right.
And it's not just income related. A lot of times you think, oh, it's because they're lower income. A lot of it is just poor planning. They just lack the knowledge.
Right.
You always hear that you're supposed to have how many months of paychecks?
It depends on the circumstance. Some people say 3 months. Some people say 12 months. It depends on your individual, circumstance. But you definitely need at least 3, and probably even more like 6 or 9.
Yeah. It's because they never teach it, right? They don't talk
Right.
about it. And so you'll know about Huck Finn and Samuel Clemens, but they won't teach you about, compound interest and how, some simple things you can do to sort of get on the right side of being financially fit.
Exactly. And one of the a lot of the things that are going on now that they're talking about with financial literacy is that it's a mixture of both education and actually wellness. So that not only do you have the education, but you're also financially healthy. And that means that you can handle your day-to-day finances, that you have some resilience if something were to happen, as far as in your life, can you make it? We talked about that 3 to 6.
Right.
And also, are you putting yourself in the position so that if opportunities come about, you're financially stable and you could take advantage of those. So it's not just, it's a coupling of the education along with the financial wellness part.
It's so interesting because you don't need to make $1 million to be financially fit.
That is correct.
So give us a couple of helpful hints here.
So helpful hints, I would say, let's go with spending. Spend less, pay your bills on time. I know that sounds very simple,
Right.
but not everybody does that.
Right, because if you pay them on time, then you're not paying the late fees.
There you go.
Don't bounce the
That
checks.
adds
You're not
up.
paying
There
the
you
bank
go.
change fees. And so those things add up. It's $10 here, $20 there. All of a sudden, at the end of the year, that's $2,000 in late fees that you didn't have to pay.
That is exactly right. So the things I'm saying are really basic, common sense, but you're right, you don't think about it. Saving, liquid savings, have that put aside for emergencies, long-term savings. Borrowing, if you're going to borrow, have a sustainable amount of debt and keep your credit score very clean. Keep it very, very well so that when you're time to get another loan or something of that sort, if your credit score is stellar,
Right.
then your rates are probably going to be more attractive. And plan ahead. It's all about planning ahead for things that may come up and have adequate assurance. Again, that's part of planning. So I would say the 4 key areas are spending, saving, borrowing, and planning. If you get those in order, that gets you a good start on your path to financial wellness.
You ever go back and look at your bank statement and see the things you spent money on in the
Oh,
last
scary.
30 days?
Scary.
You're like, why did I buy? That's the dumbest thing in the world. Why did I
Exactly.
do that? I took $40 out of cash. Where did that go? That just went poof in nowhere.
Yes, I just taught a class with St. Louis University. They're student athletes. I taught a class on budgeting, and we're doing one on from college to career. And some of the things are very basic that we're talking about is where do you spend your money? And when you graduate, you're going to have to look for frugal forms of entertainment, so maybe just be ordering pizza.
Right.
And so some really basic things that when they walk out of college into their career, they will be able to be, a little more financially fit.
Yeah. The last couple of years, thanks to American Eagle Credit Union, I wish I would have done this when I was 18 years old, but I have an American Eagle Credit Union account, and they take money out of that account, and I put it and I sock it away, right? So they take, I think it's $50 a week or whatever it is, and I just forget. I don't look at it. I don't touch it. And all of a sudden, you look up 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, you've got, $10,000, $15,000 in there, and you've never missed the money because they just take it out, right? Another smart, simple thing to do.
Smart, simple thing that people say when you say pay off a car loan or you pay off a bill, just keep putting that money away as though you're still paying something. Or, save money and just don't touch it. Call it something else. Put it someplace else that you don't even know.
Yeah.
So those
Make it hard to get to.
Make it hard to get. Exactly.
Is there a place where we can go to find out more information about all this stuff?
Sure. You can go to our website, which is ameagle.org. We have a lot of financial information on there. We have literacy information. We have calculators, spreadsheets. We also have some podcasts, videos on every topic you can think about, from identity theft to protection to, how to buy your first car, how to save for it,
Right.
How to save in general. Anything you could think about.
And most importantly, don't be afraid to ask.
Don't be afraid to ask. You can come in and talk to people. You don't even have to be a member. I mean, of course, we'd love you to be, but you don't have to be. I mean, you can go to our website and look at all our tools. Believe it or not, you can play around with them. You can get information, and you don't have to be a member.
Yeah.
We also have seminars on various topics, and for both the community and our members. And so you can go to those, and probably other institutions have those as well. And you can learn about whatever you need to learn about. It's out there, because the job is not just, it starts with the individual, but it also has to happen in the financial service community, and the economic environment has to be right. And, all of that has to work together.
Not only for you, but your kids and your grandkids and everybody else. Teach them the value of money, and it'll benefit them for the rest of their lives. ameaglecu.org is where you'll find all that information. ameaglecu.org. Chief Marketing and Community Relations Officer for American Eagle Credit Union, and one heck of a nice lady, Pierre.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Bo. Thanks for having me.
850 Big 5.